begin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
So, good afternoon to everyone. Uh, Everyone know about that what we are eating, what kind of vegetable, what kind of a fruit we are eating nowadays. So, when anything is on your plate, at the time you have some missing the kind of a taste, right? The kind of a nutrients, lack of some kind of a nutrients are there. Sometimes the fruits are there, the vegetables are there, they are a kind of a premature or in a over mature of a condition, not in a kind of a proper time they have taken to the growth. So why? Because there is a incredibly use of the lot of kind of the fertilizers and growth regulators, mainly the growth regulators. So simply I give a simple kind of example to you. So when you go to the market and you have see the bananas are there. So at that point you had the color is very attractive, the yellow flesh is there, and the banana skin is very tight, and you like that kind of a banana, you have to go for the purchase. At that time of a kind of a purchasing, the top of the banana where the bunch is fixed, the kind of that particular portion is seen like green, right? So is that any kind of a click to your mind? The banana is yellow, but still the kind of a peduncle or the portion it is attached, all the banana to the bunch is still green. Why so? Because there is a use of some kind of a growth regulators are there, which make that kind of a green banana to go for the earliest mature condition. And the same condition happens with the lot of fruits, lot of vegetables. Even also if you get go to the market, you can find that kind of apples are there. This is not a proper condition, it is not a given a particular time for that apple or any kind of a fruit. You also getting in an off season. Why so? It is also that kind of a storage, but also there is a use of some kind of growth regulators are there, some chemicals are there, which certainly enhance the maturity of fruits and vegetable, and some also used to retard that kind of a maturity, like malic hydrazide is used to retard that kind of a growth in potatoes and onions. So what happens at that time of period? There is a changing of a lot of enzymes and nutrient qualities, and lot of things like flavonoids and there, and alkaloids are there, and lot of anti-aging properties are there. So they are changing, right? So and when we are going to eat that kind of a vegetable or a fruit, we have lack of all that kind. We just eat a kind of a starchy food or glucose or that kind of any fruit which lack of a taste, which lack of a nutrients. So why this going happen in day-to-day life, right? It is just started. I have said that it is why it is just started, because if you are living in an urban area, so just goes out of that urban area and look surrounding to that particular things, you can easily observe that the all the wastage waters from cities that are used to grow that kind of a vegetable and a fruits. So there is a kind of a harmful substance are also incorporated in your vegetables and fruits also. So there is lot of diseases are coming in food all about you. So like as just I said that corona is there, okay? So most of the people's having low immunity, right? The word is immunity. Just understand how it is connected to your day-to-day life, fruits and vegetables that you are eating. Immunity, okay? So immunity simply depends upon a good quantity of food and vegetable you are eating. So if you are not believe, just take a bunch of chilies, green chilies there. So just take a warm water and put that green chilies in that warm water. After 10 to 15 minutes, you can observe that if there is a lot of flowing substance, chemical substances looking above that kind of chilies. Okay, so for your kind of information, I say that in green chilies or any kind of vegetables to protect from the insect, pest and diseases, okay, there is a lot of things to control them. But what the farmer do or what the producer does, they are using excess quantities of chemicals and fertilizers, and because of just that, the pure quality of a fruit and vegetable completely destroyed. Okay, so if anyone from that forest region, okay, most of the people from urban and cities, most of the cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, so if you have some times to go to the kind of a village which is much more far away from any kind of a city, any kind of urban area, so you just go for the simply I go for the taste of a cucumber. Best example is cucumber. So you have go for and taste the cucumber that you have get from the cities or an urban cities and any kind of a market near to you, and the same thing, okay, the same thing you have to purchase or you have to get from that kind of a village which is much more far, and yeah, we can see the kind of remote areas are there. So the taste you have get, it is much more different, much more nutritious. A lot of kind of nutrients and minerals are there in that fruit and vegetable you have observed. It can, you can feel that, you can taste that. So why it is so? Okay, so that is our today's topic, that is a natural farming. Okay, it is kind of, you can also incorporate that day-to-day life. In recent 5 to 10 years, there is a much more awareness about that kind of organic farming. So natural farming is kind of a higher level, or we can say a uppermost level of organic farming. In organic farming, what we can do, that is the difference between organic farming and natural farming. Okay, to the kind of farmings are there, don't mix it simply. So organic farming, so in a kind of inorganic soil is there. Okay, and that kind of inorganic soil or inorganic field is there, we have to go for organic. So what we are doing, we are converting that particular kind of inorganic soil into organic. So what is between the natural, it is convertible, but natural is kind of a, when you goes to seven sisters means Assam, Meghalaya and Tripura, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, uh, Nagaland, and that kind of seven sisters. So what happens there, the farming areas are much more far away in a kind of a forest there. So the kind of a fertilizer or a chemical that are not easily available, so they are not converted into the organic farming, they are already born organic farming, they are going for the natural farming. So what happens in a natural farming, so I just share screen with everyone. Okay, so we can explain in detail and going in details. Okay, so it is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so simple, in simple ways, just a minute. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, simply, so we are going for the kind of a natural farming. Okay, so for that, first of all, what we required,
Sir, is it
main.
possible to enlarge the screen, sir?
Okay, Now,
Yeah. This is fine, sir.
okay. So natural farming, in that kind of a natural farming, we are mainly looking for land soil health. So soil health, it is one of the most important factor. Okay. So we can say it is a full of flora and fauna. Okay, flora and fauna means lot of, we can say the fertile soil. Okay, fertile, but it is naturally fertile. So what happened in that condition, we can say the naturally. So if you have the seed, particular seed, and this is a particular seed, this is organic soil, this is kind of your inorganic soil, and this is of your natural soil. So what happens, the health, if we are going for the kind of a seed health or germination percentage, or we can say vigorous nature of that particular soil, the nutrient kind of a soil it is provided to seed, it is much more enough, or we can say highest in kind of your natural. If we get to it 90% of pure nutrients and all that kind of nutrients required by the seed for the growth, it is 90% given by your natural soil or a natural kind of farming. And for what about that particular organic soil about 60 to 70% it can provide. Okay, because it is what, it is change from that particular kind, from inorganic to the organic. And in inorganic condition, it is depend mainly upon the NPK present in soil. Okay, and also if you are going for a day and day kind of using that particular soil with the highest quantity of the fertilizer, the soil quality is deteriorated. Okay, so what happens, there is a germination problem and a kind of a soil health problem, or a certain kind of a fungus that can easily affect that particular kind of a inorganic soil. Inorganic soil. Okay, not organic, inorganic soil. So it is about only 30 to 40% of chances of getting a good quality plant. Okay, so natural farming simply. So our topic is today is about the natural farming. So what kind of a profit, so if any one person is going for converting the soil or going for the natural kind of a farming, so what kind of a profit they have gained? First upon, the nutritive quality, a nutritive quality of fruit or vegetable or any kind of a spices or plantation crops he is going to get. So he gets the nutritive quality at its highest. Okay, second, so he is going for the market. But in India, we can say that most of that peoples or the some companies are there which are going for the kind of a natural farming, or we can say the higher level of organic farming. They are not worried of any kind of marketing. So what they are doing, they are simply approaches for the export. Why so? Because in kind of export, they are going for the different checking of values of in residues, that is of chemical residues or pesticide residues or any kind of residues are there. So if it is kind of a natural type of farming or organic type of farming, so very less, or we can say no kind of a residual effect of any kind of fertilizer or pesticides, right? So when we are going to say that we are not using any kind of a pesticides, so what we are going to do, so we are using the some kind of a biofertilizers are there, and also the bioagents. So bioagents are simply among those some of the insects which are simply live on that harmful insects. So we can also say that the farmer friendly insect. So what, they depend upon the, or they feed on the harmful insects. And most of the seen that particular ladybird beetle, So it is one of the farmer friendly type of insects. Along with that, so is about the insects and about the diseases. So for that kind of a disease, we can go for the use of a different chemical plant residues, like your sitafal is there. Sitafal means your custard apple. So custard apple leaves, along with that is dhatura, that is dhatura leaves, that is bejram is there. Their kind of leaves, or any kind of leaves that simply the animals cannot feed upon. So they take all that leaves in a tank of particular water filled about 75% of water, mix that leaves in that one tank, and also add that particular cow urine. Okay, so make it as it is for 15 days. So what happened after 15 days? We just extract and filter it and simply use as a control the insects and diseases. So what is that fact? So what we are using each and everything, it is in natural ways, not any kind of use of pesticides, not any use of a kind of your fertilizers are there. So they are simply enhance the quality of particular vegetable and your fruits. So next one is biofertilizer. So when you go for the market to in search of the biofertilizers, you can get a lot of a list of a biofertilizer. Now they are also coming in liquid form too. Okay, some of the examples are rhizobium, then azotobacter, azospirillum, then BGA, it is blue green algae. Okay, along with that, PSB, phosphorus solubilizing bacteria, like KSB. So now what happened? It is potash. So what happens? Rhizobium, it is mostly used for your kind of a pulses. Okay. Most of the cereal crops, pulses crops are there, oil crops are there. In that, we can use the rhizobium, or those crops which have the root nodules. Okay. So what is used for the fixation of nitrogen? Okay. So it is nitrogen fixation by the natural process. So you do not need kind of addition of any kind of fertilizers from outside and so and so. So it is a rhizobium. It is very available in any kind of Krushi Seva Kendra or in agriculture universities. Okay, it is very in a cheap price. Now these are the formulation also present in liquid form too. So azotobacter in cereals or any kind of vegetables plus fruits. You can also use same azospirillum, blue green algae in your rice. Then PSB and KSB. So PSB is phosphorus solubilizing bacteria. What happens in a soil? The phosphorus and potassium is available, but it is not in a form and in a kind of easily solubilized. Okay, it is not, though it is present in a soil, it is cannot be easily available or easily absorbed by the plant roots. So what happened when we mix kind of a PSB in a soil? So they just solubilize that kind of potash and the phosphorus and make available to plant for the better growth. Okay, so along with that, lot of another biofertilizers are there which can be used easily in case of your natural farming. Okay, now the main issue is fertilizer. Like, okay, so fertilizers are there kind of, you can say that you can heard the ratio in your field if you have to go for applying any kind of a fertilizers in form of a NPK. So in nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, you can heard many times like 100, 50, 50. So it is kind of NPK. So it is a required kind of a dose by the plant for the full growth. So when we are go for the natural farming, so what are the simply what we can have in exchange of that kind of fertilizer in our natural farming. Okay, so it is kind of a what we can say challenges to most of the farmers, but now it is very easier to way. So everyone know about FIM, farmyard manure. You can prepare at your farm also, and easier also it is easily available. Okay, and next is your vermicompost. So it is we have to use that particular kind of a worms to produce a kind of a vermicompost. So it is also one of nutritious, right? And it can be replace that kind of fertilizers. Okay, then a lot of manures are there. Okay, neem cake, then a lot of cakes means extra residual of that kind of plant, and they are processed and converted into cakes. So neem cakes are there, organic manures are there. So organic manure, that is FIM, vermicompost, then poultry manure. If there is kind of a poultry near to you, okay, you can use that kind of a poultry manure, but always use 10 to 12 days old. Actually what happened, uh, most of the farmers, when they are using going for the poultry manure, they can use the fresh. So it is having the lot of ammonia in that particular poultry chickens extract. There is a lot of ammonia is there. So what happens, the soil will be simply deteriorated in quality and simply burns the plants. So what you have to do, always use 10 to 12 days old kind of a poultry manure. Okay, and also there are some lot of things we can easily replace for that kind of chemical fertilizers. Okay, so here from that particular thing we have started. So what is for natural farming, then what is how can we feed the plants, how can we stomach fulfill of a plants with the nutrients. We can go for the use of the biofertilizers. A lot of biofertilizers are there, and also the main dose of a fertilizer, how can we replace. So sorry. So we can go for the use of the different organic manures. Okay, so how much time is take. So lot of farmer comes to me and say that they have to convert that particular kind of inorganic soil into organic. So what we say, it is a reclamation, or we can do soil reclamation. So it is definitely goes on a high level in case of in some areas of Punjab and relate to Haryana. So what happens, those peoples are now getting realize that particular benefit of organic farming or natural farming. So they just go for it, right? So it is main thing for the soil reclamation. If you go for the soil reclamation, it takes near about minimum 5 years to go completely for organic. Okay, it depends upon the how much your soil is having deteriorated their qualities. Okay, so minimum 5 to 7 years are required to convert your soil in organic soil. So lot of reclamation is required, You can go for the different treatments. You can go for the different kind of we can say integrated nutrient management system. Okay, so through that integrated nutrient management, what happens? We are going to change from inorganic to organic. And if it is once go organic, you can also apply for the organic certificate. So it is very important. Organic certificate is very important. It is given by that particular kind of a government authority. So every agriculture officer in your state, he can go told you about the details how to get that kind of a certificate. There is a continuous checking of your soil, and soil testing is there. Okay, and after successful of soil testing, you get the certificate. And once you get the certificate, it is valid for 3 years. Okay, so for that particular 3 years, you can sell your any product means your fruits or vegetables at price that you can easily uh, can make sure that you can get into benefit. Simply, if now the tomatoes here in our market, the tomato rate is 40 rupees per kg. Okay, so what happens when we go for the organic farming or kind of a natural farming? Okay, so same kind of a bunch of tomatoes you are going to sell for near about 70 rupees per kg, and most of the peoples can easily afford it, or they are ready to buy that kind of a organic food, right? So there is a lot of scope in the future. In I'm not saying about the future, I am saying just 5 years, 5 years to 10 years from now. Okay, so day by day everyone very conscious about the health. The health factor is much more important nowadays. And after that particular outbreak of that pandemic, so everyone wants that kind of immunity. So at the start I told you about the immunity, and from where that immunity comes, it comes from the food which is healthier. Which kind of food is healthier? Which is grown organically or naturally. So simple. So you go to market and you are seeing that kind of a board, that is a onion at 40 rupees, and kind of onion of at 60 rupees, but it is organic one because the seller has the organic certificate. What it means? It is surely organic 100%. So instead of purchasing that one, everyone goes for that one. Okay, simply use of kind of going for purchasing the organic food. Organic food means full of nutrients and minerals required for good health, right? So there is a lot of future and a lot of scope for the kind of a natural farming. Okay, so if you are started today, or if you are thinking of going for the kind of a natural farming, so what you have to do? First, you have to go for the soil test. So soil test, it simply says that what kind of N, P and K. Along with that, you go for the Ca, Mg, S, along with that zinc and boron. So you can write that one. You go not only go to test for the NPK, okay, you also go for the taste of these things, because these are main factors, what we can say, hidden hunger. Okay, hidden hunger means plant is showing a very good growth. Okay, But what happened at the time of a fruiting or flowering, the flowers drops or the fruit drops. This happens. Why it happens? Kind of a boron, zinc, sulfur, magnesium, calcium. These are the deficiency mainly caused in a plants. So at the time of a soil testing, you must go for testing these also, these factors also. Okay, not only the NPK. So from that, you have a clear idea. So how much your soil is healthier. Okay, it is very low, medium, and good health means all the nutrients are present. You do not have to incorporate any kind of chemical fertilizers. And now in India, near about 70 to 80% of a soil which are comes under the inorganic are low to medium condition. Okay, and it is very serious thing, right? So all the food in your present in a dish, or the vegetables you are eating, or the fruits you are eating today, are when we if you go for that kind of a tasting, the nutrients and the particular kind of enzymes and vitamins and minerals are present in that particular vegetables and fruits are absolutely near 50% lower than organic one, right? So this is going this percentage is increasing day by day. Okay, and what it means that the quality of your food and vegetable is very going down. And how can we get rid of this? So we have to opt for the organic or a natural farming. Okay, so one thing you must keep in your head, that it is not kind of easy fact. There is a some lot of money is involved. Okay, for what money is involved, the FIM is there, vermicompost is there, or any kind of organic manure you are using. Okay, so you have to reclamize that kind of a soil with this organic manures. So it is a one time cost input is there, but when your soil is healed, the condition of soil is improved, you can simply see the facts. The lot of facts are there which presents, and easily the shining, what we can say, the shining of fruit, the quality of fruit, also the shelf life of fruit is increasing. All the things are increasing. So good food gives the good quality, right? So it is all about that kind of organic farming, or you can say the natural farming. So if you have any kind of questions, you can ask.
Okay, sir. Thank you for a very detailed presentation. I will take up the questions from the participants now, sir.
Okay.
The first question is, some farmers say they shifted to natural farming, but yield is lower, not getting higher price. What are your comments?
Actually, this is 100% true. Okay, I already told that we are shifting from inorganic to organic. Okay, so I explain in simple ways. So in your plate, you are daily consuming 5 chapatis or 5 rotis, right? What the inorganic to organic shift is there. So directly you are shifting to that particular kind of a plate where you get only 1 or 2 rotis. Okay, so what happens is simply deteriorate our kind of a physics or health. Same is happen with the plants getting the more nutrients. The requirement of a plant is 100 kg NPK. Okay, 100 kg nitrogen is there, but what we are giving them, we are giving them 150, 200. When you go to Punjab and Haryana, that kind of a very high grosser, so there you are even they give the 300, 400. So when you are shifting that particular 300, 400 to direct natural farming, kind of a natural farming, simple, the yield plateau is going down. I already say it is take near about 5 to 7 years when you in a high amount you can recognize your soil conditions, right? If it is not, go for the INM. INM is integrated nutrient management. So what you are doing, simply use 75% of an NPK inorganic and 25% nutrients through organic. It is go for the 3 years. Next 3 years, 50% inorganic, 50% organic. Next 3 years, 75% organic, 25% nutrients through inorganic. And next that stage you are rich, that is 100% organic. Means how many years it takes? About 10 years it takes to get pure organic soil, right? Don't shift or don't give any kind of what we can say boom for the farmer, that just change from inorganic to organic and you get the bumper yield. It is not possible on field level, on grassroots root level. Okay, so you have to go step by step, right? So it is the one solution for that one. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, can you slightly adjust your camera, sir? Your head is getting.
Okay, it is okay.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, I'll move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Does the farmers get a higher price for the produce because it is grown by natural farming?
Yeah, they are getting a higher price. Actually what happened, I say go by a particular kind of a way. Agriculture officer or any kind of a agriculture director is there. It is appointed at district level. Okay, so just go and meet them, a farmer or a group of farmer which is engaged in organic farming. So request them, the form is there. We have to fill that form for a committee, that is the organic committee. They come and evaluated your soil testing, fruit quality, each and every aspects of organic farming. And after that they give you the certificate, that is organic certificate, that is particular kind of a farmer is engaged and develop uh, in a production of organic products like vegetables or fruits. And this kind of a farming is what we can say consider under organic farming. So when you have that particular kind of a certificate, simply the price is you want to sell, it is much more higher. Because I seen it in one fair is there about the chili, dry chili is there. It is near Hubli, okay, sorry, Dharwad. The festival is there. So every chili is selling at 100 rupees, but one farmer having the certificate of organic, that particular organic certificate, so he sell his chili at 400 rupees kg, direct 4 times more than the normal range. And people are go for that one to purchase that kind of a chili which is organically grown. So if the peoples are awareness more aware about that organic products, simply they can purchase your product, but you had that organic certificate. Okay, and it is easy procedure, you can apply for that. Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is, what type of consultancy support you provide if someone wants to start with natural farming?
Okay, first thing, it is depend upon that in which area you are living. Second, the soil health or soil condition of your farming. Then if the soil condition is on that basis, uh, I provide that kind of a solution. How can you go for to convert your soil in from inorganic state to organic state? And at that procedure, what kind of vegetables or kind of fruits you can grow at your farm? That each and everything I suggest that particular farmer. Yeah.
Okay. Can you provide guidance to farmers in other parts of the country?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Actually, I already advise some farmers in some northeast. Actually, I have in the last lecture I also told that one, that I visit northeast areas, and the way they are engaged in a natural farming, or they are doing that kind of a natural farming, it is really fantastic. If you are Google and just search that the organic state in India, Okay, so you can simply get 3 of the states from the northeast region. Okay, so when the state, actually the government, the state is thinking that our farmer have to be changed in an organic form, they are going to farm in organic ways. So why not the other state can do? If the farmers are much more aware about that kind of a organic farming or a natural farming, simply they can make a stand and go for that particular organic farming or natural farming. It is very what we can say, in amounts of money also, in amounts of prestige also, and in amounts of your kind of a product also, everything is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please tell us about your education, career background, and your interest in agriculture, sir.
Okay. I completed my PhD from Banaras Hindu University in horticulture. Simply, I have interest in vegetable breeding. So I engage in a kind of a private company where I work as a breeder, chili breeder, for 3 years. After that, I leave that company and engage in my own farm. So I going to growing and convert my, actually not convert, it is my farm is actually in near to the forest area. So I am also doing that kind of a natural farming simply, and also started my advisory and consultant kind of business is there. So along with that, teaching to the students or the that kind of competitive agriculture competitive examination, that I also taking for the students. So that all I am doing now. Yeah.
Okay. Do you also support your clients in marketing their producer?
If it is a kind of they are producing a good quality of vegetables or fruits, lot of markets are there, no problem. If they are approaching to me, I make them available. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Can you give an example of a successful natural farming whom you have consulted?
Simply in northeast, you can say turmeric. Okay,
Mm.
so in a turmeric, the curcumin content is there, which is a very important content in all over the world. But we have kind of a pride to our growers for the northeast, that from that particular Lakadong area, the natural farming, naturally grown turmeric is there, and it is grown only then that kind of a climate and a soil which is pure, purely we can see the forest soil. Okay, so in that kind of a forest soil, they are growing the turmeric, which has the curcumin percentage more than 9%. In an average, in an any kind of India or in abroad, it is more up to the 7 to 8, but in a that particular kind of a natural farming, it is up to 9. Okay, so that one thing, they are going into powder. If they are also saying that turmeric powder online, so when you, if you want to taste, if you want to feel that kind of a difference, what you are eating and what I'm saying, that what is the difference between the kind of a taste and the feelings of organic and inorganic, just northeast side is there, Meghalaya side is there, so their government also help. I'm saying that you do not have to go to anywhere, your government is more factor. When you stand upon that, government also help you. So Meghalaya government, what they have doing, they are promoting the farmers. So they take the particular turmeric powder, they purchase the turmeric powder at a higher level, at a higher cost from the farmers, and they have sale online. So on Google or any kind of a online platform, you can just search Meghalaya turmeric powder. So you can find that organic powder is there, the pouch is there, you can purchase it. So I'm not kind of a propaganda, but you can purchase your personally and taste it, you can feel the difference. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
this is the most successful story. Along with that, honey is there, they are also selling the honey. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I move on to the next question, sir.
Yeah.
Will natural farming ensure the food security of India?
No, no, it is not possible, madam. Actually, what Actually, what happens? Food security is another issue. Food security means a kind of your plate having the two rotis, two chapatis is there. Okay, it is not any kind of a situation. It is from organic or inorganic or any kind of things. From where it comes, how in what form it comes. Only the plate is full of food. That is food security. Okay, so in case of a growing population, if we are saying that we are for the increasing population, we are going for the growing of a vegetable and fruits in a natural ways or organic ways, it is not possible. Okay, because yield is low as compared. It is happens, okay, but it takes the time. But at that time, the population is also increased. Okay, so we have to compare that one population along with that the production and productivity level. Okay, when we go for the natural farming, it is go for only it is at that point in India, as the peoples are going for awareness, but still more than 90% of people are not aware about the that kind of a healthy food. Okay, only 10% is aware. Those are from the higher class or reputed persons, and much more we can say the persons we can easily afford that kind of high level of tomatoes. Okay, when we go for a market, 40 rupees of tomatoes are there, and still we are bargaining. We are, please give me in 30 rupees. It is not happen with in case of organic, because the you are using that kind of inputs, it's costier, so the price is actually high. It is must be 70. And if the organic food, organic product is a 70 rupees, the the front person is also have to give the 70 rupees. So that particular we can say natural food security and organic farming, these are the two sides of a coin. They are not facing each other, they are completely different. So for that particular food security, the way of farming we are doing, and highest production we are taking, it is go on, no way. But for that kind of a 10% peoples who are aware, and I think the percentage is increasing, so for that we can go for the organic farming or natural farming. Yeah.
Okay. According to you, what are some of the major problems in natural farming?
Actually, what happens, I'm not, it is my personal opinion. If I say in 1966-64 the green revolution is there, right? So at that green revolution, agriculture scientists said that use the fertilizers. So they introduced the fertilizers like NPK to the soil. And what happens, it is boost to the particular kind of a crop, particular kind of a your rice and wheat cereals, simply wheat. So green revolution happens. So after green revolution, no one is there to give a suggestion to the farmer in which quantity the fertilizer you have to use. If the particular kind of NPK content or the food requirement of a plant, it is 100 kg of a nitrogen, you have to give only 100 kg. But what happens after that one? No one is going to fix that farmer, just stop at 100 kg. The farmer is going 150, 200, 300, 400, lot of high amount of fertilizer they have provided in soil. So what happens in India, only if you go for only the forest, near to the forest land areas, or the those kind of areas which are much more simply in a remote areas are there, they are kind of natural farming. They are still in natural farming, but behind that one, those are having the near to the cities, and they are still using abundant of fertilizers. Simply I give the example, if you can search the Google. Okay, so cancer train is there. So cancer name is cancer train. It is running from Punjab to Delhi daily. Then the train is full of cancer patients. So what happens, the farmer do not stop, and the value of that kind of excess use of the fertilizers, now we have to pay, and we are paying that one. And it is happens to our immunity system also. Lot of peoples of India face that immunity factor. The lot of things like jawar, bajra, are just goes off out of our what you can say our plate of food, which is healthier, which is immunity booster. So what these are the lot of factors are there. That's why I'm saying the natural farming is best. But only those natural farming is here in those areas where the forest is near. Okay, so only those areas are safe now. Otherwise, most of the Indian farmers are incredibly use fertilizers. Yeah.
Okay. I have one last question, sir. It is something related to what you were answering previously. A few years ago, it was all about green revolution. Is that
Yeah.
all over now?
Actually, I already told that one. At the time of a green revolution, our population is near about 30 to 40 crore. Right now, our population is 135, more than 135 crore. Okay, so feeding 35 crore and feeding 135 crore. Okay, it is lot of differences. Lot of means lot of differences. Our cereals crops are in a C3 plants, and global warming is there. So it is happens in well-being, high production, high productivity, all the things on a way to the for next few years. I already told you, next few years we are at the top of the that particular graph, or the C3 plants means cereals. Okay, so C3 level high, that particular carbon content in atmosphere highs, the production in city plant is also goes on increasing. So we are at the top of that particular curve, and now that after few years it goes on decline. That particular increase level of the carbon in the atmosphere reduces the production of all the cereals and crops. So in some next 10 to 20 years, it is very difficult for farming, not only the farming, for the peoples also. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We have now
Yeah.
completed the round of questions. On behalf of
Yep, yep.
agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Dr. Mahesh B Ghuge for the talk and for answering the questions in depth. I like to also thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome, sir.